Hello everyone, today I'm going to be going over a lot of my customs slash modifications I've made to my dinosaurs. Okay, first up is this Atrociraptor custom. Now, on camera it looks more blue than it really is in real life. In real life it's more of kind of an aquamarine kind of color. Um, but has anyone heard of the canceled chaos effect line? So this is kind of what I was going for. I didn't really base this off of anything, I just kind of did kind of what I thought I should make it. And so I gave it that aquamarine color, but I gave it these nice red stripes along it, which I like how this turned out. I also gave it kind of this red dry brushing kind of across the tail. Um, I also gave it yellow underbelly, which I like how this turned out. And the signature thing I noticed on all the Chaos Effect dinosaurs was they all had white nails. So I of course gave it that. A little bit of paint splotchiness there, unfortunately, but yeah. No, I like how this one turned out. I think it looks really nice. Okay, next up is this Safari LTD Stegosaurus I did. Now, I wasn't really a huge fan of just this plain yellow color, and so I kind of, I love how this turned out. Um, so we had gone to our local zoo at that time. It's the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo. Highly recommend it. Great zoo. But they had a bunch of peacocks there. And I'm looking at their color scheme. I'm like, oh, I like that. So I kind of gave him like this kind of interlocking brown stripes, but in the middle there's these little eyeball looking things. I also made the plates kind of red as if it's flushing blood through them, like it's trying to scare away a predator, which is perfect because he's kind of in that scared, kind of roaring position, as if there was a predator about to attack him. But I like how this turned out. It looks really nice. Okay, this one's more so kind of a modification kind of thing. So it's kind of supposed to represent how we don't humans we don't treat animals that well sometimes, and sometimes in really cruel ways. I mean, there's shark finning, there's hunting, there's poaching. It's really sad. Um, but in the Jurassic World universe, there's the dinosaur black market, and so I took my Styracosaurus and I cut off all his horns, added like blood and cuts on him, and he looks sad. He's roaring like as if he's in pain. So yeah, it's sad, but it used to be a firework actually. Yeah, my grandpa he bought this at a firework stand, and that's why there's like red on his tail because that's literally the firework. Like it was like colorful smoke or something. Here's my Dilophosaurus custom. So I was inspired by sharks. I like the color scheme of sharks having that white underbelly and then like this kind of blue top. And so I kind of gave him that, which looks very nice. I'm pleased with it. But if you also look on his head, I wanted to have a subtle color for like the striping on his frills and crests, but I also didn't want it to be like too vibrant. So I think orange works, and I think it looks good. I didn't want to leave his frills just plain blue and black. So I like it. It looks good. So here's this ugly looking thing I made. So when I make my custom, sometimes I'll take apart and just kind of like cut chunks of the dinosaurs off. I'm like Sid from Toy Story, I've been called. But at one point I just had all these various random scraps. And so I decided to make this abomination of a thing. But he has a Dimorphodon body, except he has a Velociraptor tail, tipped with the Dimorphodon like diamond shaped thing. He has the tiny Dimorphodon legs, and then he has the massive Mattel clown shoe raptor feet, and he also kind of has these. He also has the raptor arms too. I added little hunks of kind of flesh on it as if it was like the wing membrane kind of still there. But I kind of gave him this absurd color scheme too. He's got like aquamarine underneath him. He's got like this orange kind of burnt umber on him. He's got red eyes. He's very freaky looking. I think he'd make like a great like a Jurassic World Rebirth villain to kind of go with the Mutodons. I kind of like how this. I kind of don't like how this turned out, but I kind of like it too. I don't know. It's fun. Here's another one of my hybrid things. So I got this really cheap irritator, it claimed to be, but it looks nothing like an irritator. So basically imagine this, except green, without these horns, without the raptor sickle claw. And that's basically how it looked. And so I felt like he'd make a good hybrid. And so he's part Carnotaurus, as you can tell, because he's got those horns. I made it for my Hakalu gun, those horns. I gave him raptor claws, too. Now, I felt like it should be part raptor because look at the head. The head looks more like a velociraptor than a Spinosauridae. So, okay. So Mattel has been making these mighty little biter things, which is they're not as good as the Snap Squad. They're just kind of to replace the Snap Squad. I don't like the mighty little biters that much. Snap Squad's superior. But I ended up getting this T-Rex, and the colors were so boring. So I painted him to look like the Lost World Buck T-Rex from Kenner. And I even added a little JP logo, JP29. But it looks super nice. I love how this turned out. It looks so good. Rawr. So this is based on the canceled Chaos Effect Baryonyx. There was a little like poster with all the different Chaos Effect dinosaurs. And I think this one was supposed to glow in the dark, but they had a Baryonyx. So I, of course, painted one to look like him. And it looks very nice. I forgot about this one. He was in my storage container. He looks so nice. I love this thing. Here's also another one of those canceled Chaos Effect customs. It's a Triceratops. Yeah, it looks fine. Not a huge fan of how it turned out. It looks okay. This is my custom Cameo Extreme T-Rex on this random little dinosaur model. Here's my custom Cameo Extreme Spinosaurus. Quick run through of my miscellaneous ones. This Oviraptor. This Allosaurus. A Stegosaurus. This Ankylosaurus. The Torosaurus. One Eye from Dinosaur King on this rip-off Papo model I found. And then this Brachiosaurus. Here is my custom Ceratosaurus. This one's actually 3D printed, actually. It turned out so nice. As you can tell, it was in two halves, but I gave it this great looking, like, jungle kind of color, like with the white and the brown and green. It just turned out so great. I love it. I love how it looks. Another thing I wish it didn't have was these little stands, just so I can use them in more photography. That the ground's not black, or not black, brown. But it looks good. I like him. Yeah, this is a monstrosity. This is a carnivorous Triceratops. It's also rubber. And I just painted him just some dark blue and some like green and yellow splotches. He's got red eyes. I like him. The paint's kind of peeling off since it's rubber. This is the Sound Slashing Therizinosaurus, I think it's called. I can't remember what this one's called. This was from Chaos Theory, but I just made some modifications. I painted the nails on its foot, and to give it some uniqueness, I added blood on its claws, and also painted just a single one black. I kind of added some aquamarine to its face. As you can tell, I also added some red dry brushing on him and extended its tail stripe all the way down to the end. But it looks cool. And here's my custom Mutodon, who unfortunately his face had a little kerfuffle. It kind of snapped off. It looks so much better than Mattel's Mutodons. It looks great. Like, I gave it the orange wings. I did the best I could. I think it turned out really nice. Yeah. I added some orange to my battle roaring Beckel Spinax, and I also added some black stripes to him too. On the other side, I made it orange and blue. And here's my custom Jurassic World Rebirth Spinosaurus color scheme, kind of on this Jurassic Park 3 style. I cannot get over how well this looks. It just looks so, so, so nice. And I'm very, very, very pleased and happy with how this thing turned out. It looks very nice. So I didn't want to repaint my Distortus Rex, but I did add black to its claws and its little tiny arms. And I also extended the white to the end of the tail. And I also extended the brown also to the end of the tail. And Mattel is lazy as hell. Okay, I don't know if I based this off of anything at all, but this is supposed to be a Chaos Effect Rajasaurus. I don't know. It looks cool. It's kind of fun. Okay, now this is one of my favorites. It's the JP3 Cameo Extreme Spinosaurus on this Ichthyovenator. Oh gosh, this looks just rad. I love this. Yeah, this is one of the ones I'm very happy with how it turned out. It looks just absolutely great. Warning, if you are sensitive to blood and or guts or flesh, you may want to skip past this. Alright, I'm going to show it now. So this is my custom bloody Pachycephalosaurus carcass. So at one point I left it out in the yard and my dog chewed it up. As you can see, it's missing its foot and arm. So I'm like, okay, what can I use this for? So it was originally bright orange, so I repainted him this kind of, what would you call this color? Tan kind of brown color? And I also added some green stripes on him. And I took my hot glue gun and added these really gory, kind of fleshy details on it. I even made it look like his head's being kind of partially torn off. It just looks great. I want to use this in more photography. But I had some blood, splotches, and stuff all over him. It looks really nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm sure I have more, but I just don't know where they are. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh! I forgot. This is my custom Jaws 2 shark, Scarface. In the movie Scarface, his face gets burnt. There we are. Okay, now that's it. Sorry. Bye!